Hello, true art believers, and welcome to today's live art stream. This is Pierson here. I hope you're having a wonderful Merry Christmas, a wonderful holiday. I had a pretty good one, not gonna lie. Anyways, today is day 302 of 400 days of drawing, and this is I'm adding on another 100 days from 300. I started from 100 days of drawing to 200 days of drawing to 300, and I was like, I don't even think I could do 300, and now I'm going to 400. Whew, that's amazing. Like it's mind-boggling. But anyways, today we're gonna be doing 120-second gesture drawings, or basically 2-minute long figure drawing studies. We're gonna be doing 10 2-minute long figure drawing studies, which is going to basically amount to 10 studies, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do today. Kind of keep it simple, about 10 minutes shorter than normal, but I kind of like it that way. I mean, some days you want to have a little bit of a light day, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's kind of get this started, right? I think we should start right about now. So I got to do a few things. Let me move some things around. Make sure I'm on the right layer and make sure I got the settings right. And we're going to hit my time lapse and we're going to go. And we get the worst photo you can get for a 2-minute long drawing. A very bad photo, of course. We're just going to get one of those. So it's basically, I just don't like back photos, especially like static back photos. You know, just like these static back photos, etc., etc. And right now, I'm just gonna kind of play around. We're gonna play around. The first few minutes or first few sketches are gonna be, they're gonna be like this. I'm just trying to get acclimated because I just kind of got into. I'm just warming up. I just kind of jumped into this drawing session without any preparation, and that happens a lot of times. I'm not really prepared mentally. It's the holidays, man. There's a lot going on, family, all that kind of stuff, right? It's the holidays. I'm a little distracted. And so that's what's going to happen with these drawings. I'm going to be a little bit distracted here. This is a person's bum, little bum, etc., etc. Um, as a matter of fact, I need to do something before I continue. I want to send the link to the website that I'm using. So I had to kind of set up. So I just sent everyone the link to the website I'm using. It's called Quick Poses, and it basically allows you to kind of do uh, a bunch of timed gesture drawings or timed figurative works or figure drawings in an allotted amount of in an allotted time. So I just sent a little link there and so forth. All right. All right, that one's done. This one's kind of cool, but there's too many people here. This is like it's two figures. So I'm just going to keep it loose for the first few drawings. I actually find that it's much easier to kind of render if I'm treating it like I'm just kind of doodling, you know. Um, there's some days where you just kind of have to um not go at it in a serious manner. Like you don't want to go. There's gonna be days where you're drawing, and this happens a lot for like more often than not. This happens a lot for me. Is I go into drawing with this like intent of it being a serious drawing, and I shouldn't have that. So what this is, this photo that I'm looking at is it's like two figures, and they're like wrestling. Um, and that's kind of like a complex type of thing to render in 2 minutes. So I'm just going to keep it kind of silly and kind of keep like almost a continuous line type of tempo here where I'm not really raising my pencil from the tablet here. Um, I just think it's a little bit too much. It's kind of a dark photo. And then maybe there'll be near the end. We're getting towards the end of the 2 minute mark here. Maybe near the end, I will have something that will look like what I'm seeing. Probably not. This guy's got his arm wrapped around here a little bit. His head's being cranked, and this other guy's arms right here, kind of doing uh, other things, And this guy's, I presume he's kind of kneeling down, etc. All right, another 2 minute drawing. So I'm approaching a little bit different, doing a different approach to these drawings. I'm not, um, I don't know. I can't really explain it. This simplest explanation of what I'm doing is I'm just treating it like a one continuous line, and I'm drawing and moving my pencil and keeping it light, and then maybe when I find a line that matches what I'm seeing, I kind of like define it a little bit more. And that's all I'm really doing in these circumstances here. So I'm just being very casual, not really holding it to any like standard. And I'm hoping that maybe at the end something of worth, something of merit will come from it. Um, and it's if nothing comes out of it, that's okay too. I think something always ends up coming from all of these drawings. Like there's always some sort of growth or some something. No, there's always something that happens um, that you can stack up uh, in future drawings. I've always think that there is a I always feel like that I am growing every time I do these live streams, either in some vein. They don't have to necessarily be capturing the likeness of the figure. It could be like the speed, it could be the line quality, it could be the fact that I've loosened up on my drawing. It could be a multitude of things that are growing with these drawings, with these studies, you know, and that's all that I can ask for. Another thing that could be improving is the ability to draw and talk at the same time. That's the challenging thing. I've struggled. I've done this over 300 times, and I've struggled to like get a handle of it. It's been a very tough thing for me to kind of tackle, you know. It's been one of those things that I've been trying to really dial in and hope that I'll be able to like I don't know, I just been trying my best. This is not that good. The stance, I like the figure stance, but I'm just being like overly like I kind of like naive or loose or scratchy. I'm not really tightening my hand. I'm not really tightening the line quality. I'm just kind of being purposely loose for these because I'm feeling a little unconfident at the moment, and I want to make the drawing feel like I'm just kind of having fun and doodling, you know. And I enjoy this type of stuff. So I might do like continuous line drawings a little bit for the next few drawings. I don't know. I might tighten up when I feel a little bit more confident, but right now I think something's happening of value from doing these just kind of like these very subtle, sketchy type things. Like the figures kind of coming through, not in the way that I'd like it to come through, but there is something that's happening that I think is interesting. So I'm going to continue it. And these are good. These are good figures. Maybe in the future I will, I'll tighten it up a little bit. But today I think I'm just going to maintain this kind of like this one continuous line type of aspect for the day. I think I'm enjoying it, and maybe something else will happen from it. Who knows? Who knows? I can always change it. I have 5 more drawings to work on, and maybe that will have I'll change it in that time frame. But it feels like I'm not going to change it. It feels like I'm going to do the remaining drawings um, like this, where I'm just kind of moving my hand, and if I find the correct line that I'm seeing, I'm going to render it a little bit more. If I don't, that's fine. Um, you're definitely not going to see a lot of this occurring in live streams. You're not going to see the type of drawings that are occurring here in other live streams. Other live streams are a little bit more refined. They're a little bit they have a certain niche. They have a certain thing that they do every day. They might do figure drawing, but they're not going to be like it's not going to be as varied as mine because I'm always trying new things. So as you can see, this is kind of nice. I'm kind of like adding more and more lines as I go further into the figure. Um, yeah, so this is kind of nice. It's kind of developing into something that I think is interesting. It's a more fit fellow here. He's been eating his eggs. He's been eating his eggs, and he's been exercising and going for long walks. So another one, just kind of do like my line thing here. All right, something like this. Yeah, so whenever you do these live streams and whenever you draw, you know, you shouldn't it shouldn't be stressful all the time, you know? I don't know, maybe this is me, but there was always a level of anxiety when I'm drawing. I'm always like, "Oh, I gotta it's gotta be like so, and if it's not like so, then I'm failing as an artist, if I'm not able to achieve the certain aesthetic that I'm looking for. In this one, the photo of the guy is half his head's cut off, so that's why you don't see what's happening here. You just kind of see the top of his nose a little bit and his ears showing, but you don't see the rest of his head. Um, but there's this type of thing that we do as artists is we kind of overly scrutinize our work, and we got to think about it. The thing about artists and the difference between like artists and like other careers, artists will they have the ability to essentially do a job where they can do it forever. Like that could be their career forever. So there can always be a state of just improving. You can always grow. And so like if you're like today, if you're not good today, there's always tomorrow, and tomorrow can always yield a better outcome. So I'm just being very casual. I'm not I'm not trying too hard today. I don't want to try too hard. I think when I try too hard, that's when I get into trouble. You know. So I'm just going to try to for the next few like days of this batch of 400 days of drawing, I'm just going to be kind of doing what I'm doing right now. I think I enjoy doing it like this. I don't know. We'll see. You'll notice with each one of these, with each iteration of these videos, of these live streams, the format changes a little bit. The quality of the drawings, the tempo, everything's there's always I'm up in there's always going to be something that's different. Um, it's not always going to be the same, you know. And I'm not going to be like that person that's going to draw like the same type of figure, the same like like those art, like there's these things that you see on Instagram and like all these other platforms. There's a certain type of aesthetic a lot of artists get to, and then they never like they change, but they still kind of do the same thing, you know. And I'm not that kind of person that kind of does that kind of stuff. I just don't like to do one thing, you know. And there could be some pros and cons to that, you know. Uh, the pros is that you get kind of like a more diverse portfolio with your art. You have a different type of like experience, you know. And then the cons would be like, well, no one ever kind of gets to know your work because it's all different stuff. This is kind of fun. Like everything's wrong on it, but that's kind of fun. That was a nice little drawing. So there's no like right or wrong when you're doing these drawings. Um, I think my way of where I just kind of do a bunch of different things all the time. Um, I think my way is is definitely a harder road to go if you're trying to be a professional artist because y- they in a professional world, like commercial world and anywhere, they want like consistency. Like clients and everyone wants consistency. They want to see like the same thing that you're doing over and over again. They don't want to see like variety, I guess. They want to see like the same type of thing that you're doing. They want to make sure that you're not going to go kind of like just do something different on a whim because you feel like it. They want that kind of like reassurance. And so it's a bad thing to be kind of like random or doing a bunch of different things as an artist, or at least for the majority of artists. There's like a handful of artists that can like do whatever they want, and it's fine. They can get away with it. I think I actually know a few one artist that's getting to that point. There's a handful of artists that can kind of do that. And that sucks, man. That sucks that you can't like just do whatever you change, do different things. I've had many interviews with other artists who talked about that, about the difficulties of like changing your whatever it is, changing it, and then changing your like style, changing your genre, and how it doesn't wreck your career, but definitely makes it very hard to maintain a client base, because you're not a niche. You're just like a person that kind of just does random stuff. And that's a good and bad thing. As I said, it's good in the sense that you get to explore new things that interest you, but it's also bad because it kind of makes it hard to establish yourself as an artist, because they want to be like, you want to be like that. It's like a movie star that you don't want to be typecasted. Um, but yeah, it's like that, where I don't know. It's like that. I'm not gonna be able to get the rest of this guy's legs in. This is kind of a dark photo, anyways. I can't really see half the elements here, so I'm just kind of making it up. Yeah, so this guy's neck's coming off here. You can kind of see his chin, I guess, kind of popping out right here. His head's kind of looking up. So you really can't see all those details. You can see the inside of his nose here, yada, yada, yada. It's kind of like almost like a Renaissance photo for like a Caravaggio painting or something. All these like dark chiaroscuro, dark contrasting forms, you know, strong like torsion of the body. Yeah. But it is what it is, I guess. I hate that phrase. I definitely hate that phrase. When I was working in like warehouses and all these other places, we would get that phrase. It is what it is. I'm like, oh, it was the worst. It was the worst. I'd get those phrases all the time. Whenever like there's you're at work and there's like this someone's late or like a shipment's late and you gotta wait for them to come because you gotta do some orders and stuff, and you're like, well, this what these truckers are supposed these guys are supposed to be at this time. They're 4 hours late and they're keeping me here. I don't want to be here. And they're like, it is what it is. That was the worst always. That was like that's like a response. That was like a response to basically say, I'm sorry that you're in these SE circumstances, because those are really kind of sucky positions to be in, where you'd have to do these, you'd have to and go work to these areas, and you have to stay there until someone comes, the shipment comes, and then you have to spend an extra all these hours doing the work that you were supposed to do hours and hours ago. I hated that work. I hated that work. I will take a pay cut anytime, and not have to do it. Like, I make like so much less now than I have ever, and I think I'm just happier. Like, I'm able to do these live streams. I was able to do like artist interviews for a while. That's kind of petered out. It's been hard to kind of schedule new artists. I have some plans for next year. I think I'm gonna tone it down and maybe do like only you know maybe only do like 6 to 10. Well, that is it for the day. These were pretty good. I liked it. I'm gonna put my name here, P21 day 302. Man, 302 days. That's amazing. I'm like just overwhelmed at the fact that I've been able to do this. Like, it's the most committed I've been on anything, like anything art related. Actually, I've done some paintings that have taken me a year or so to make. So I've been pretty committed. Anyways, I'll put the timer off on this. That is it for today. Just doing 10. I was just doing 10 2-minute long gesture drawings. And then tomorrow, I think I might reset it and do like, I don't know, 30 or so 30-second ones, and then that'll be it. It'll be really quick, and then maybe I'll graduate to like 5 minutes at the end of the week. We'll see what happens. Anyways, that is it for the day. I hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you have a wonderful holiday. I hope everything is good, and thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I must be going. I must be going. Check. I don't know what I was going to say after that. Anyways, thank you so much for stopping by. This is Pierson. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. And cheers.